I've recently got a new CNC, the Genmitsu PROVerXL 4030S, and it's been a ton of fun. But I quickly got it upgraded to the 1010 by 1010mm format with the official Genmitsu upgrade kit, as the kind of stuff I plan to do with this machine doesn't fit the original bit. I want chairs, nightstands, huge signs, and a lot more exciting projects. Making it bigger was pretty simple, but I'm used to this kind of work. I don't think they could have made it simpler. The instructions were great, the kit has everything you need to get going. Today I'm using it to make a special project, but first getting it set up to be a surfacer with a new surfacing bit, where I can now flatten slabs, glue-ups and such, as cutting boards or anything else, up to nearly 4 feet by 4 feet at 40 by 40 inches. I'll leave links in the description to everything I got here if you're interested. Go check it out. Now let's get back to work, and the first step I want to do is to flatten this slab that has one flat side already and this rough side that will need a few passes. I run this flattening bit, which is made of 4 carbide cutters, cutting 1 inch per pass. I set up a square program as if I wanted to mill down a big block of wood, so it hits the slab within those bounds. As you can see, it's not a problem, and the epoxy either, it just plows through. It took 4 layers of 1mm to get it all done. The slab had a few low spots around 2 edges. Now that it's flat, leaving it there, I'm ready to work on this special project that I mentioned, by putting my 1/4 inch carbide flat bit in. The first thing I want to do before I work on other inlays is practice with a cool little bow tie that will prevent this crack from getting bigger. I start by carving it down, which took no time with the 1/4 inch bit. Once that's done, I set up my clamps for a piece of walnut that's 2mm thicker than my hole, and cut the same shape using double-sided tape to keep it in place once cut. Cutting out the walnut took no time. This machine is awesome, fast and firm. It's not failed me yet at anything I've thrown at it. Slamming that in with a little bit of glue was really fun and satisfying. I've only ever done one before, and it wasn't as tight as this at all. It was by hand. Sanding was not too bad. You'll have to always sand after surfacing, more so for some hard end grain like this. Now it's time to reveal the next step into this really cool and personal project to me. As you might have noticed, I've been setting up lately for some CNC work with this new machine, removing the oil tank that was in this corner, and I've named it the G-code corner, a language used by CNCs to know where to go and cut, carve and create things. I want to create a big sign, and that slab is it. I wanted to use it to make a table and sell it, but I've decided to keep it and make this happen. This sign will be the start of a new project of mine, a new YouTube channel that I'll run alongside this one, where I'll be doing CNC, laser engraver and even 3D printer content, sometimes maybe even all at once. I do still plan to use the CNC on mat builds, to make chairs, other furniture and stuff like that, but this channel will go in depth on techniques, software, the how-tos and whatever I find relevant. Check out the description for links to the new channel, which at the time of this release has no videos, but you can be there for the first one, which is very soon. Now let's get back to the project. As you can see, I'm using a smaller bit than before. the 1/8 carbide bit from Genmitsu. I chose that bit to have tighter corners, else I'd have big rounded letters at 1/4 inch. Once it's done, I got some epoxy mixed up, but I don't plan to fill this to the brim and sand it. I just want to fill the bottom so it's visible from far away. As you can see from this shot, the current slab is in the background, and the text is not very visible, if even at all. This has to dry for a day or two. I want to make sure it doesn't move once I hang it, but I plan to use the router to do keyholes in the back, getting hung on the corner, and have an awesome background for the new channel, which I hope to have you on board for. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Genmitsu for the PROVerXL. I love working on it and I can't wait to create content from it. Check out the description for links to everything mentioned in this video. Subscribe for more builds and see you next time.